Is there really any proof that UFOs or UAPs are actually out there? Well, some would say yes, some would say no. But I've got some videos that I'm going to show you today that defy any kind of explanation or logical rationale known to man, right? Like, these videos are so flabbergasting that the people that recorded them took to the internet to try and seek help on what they were seeing, right? And the internet still don't know to this day what they are. So we're going to take a look at some of those cases today, take a look at the backstories of these cases, take a look at the videos to see if we can discover what these things truly are. But before we get into that, I want to encourage you guys to go over to my brand new YouTube channel, Simply Unknown. It is where I am doing my daily update videos on the UFO topic. So all my videos that were like the ones that I was doing on here, I wanted this sort of channel to be a bit different. So I'm going to put all of that stuff onto a dedicated channel, and I'm going to be updating that daily with every single day uploads. So be sure to get down into the description or into the pinned comment where there will be a link. It's going to be very similar to that of Christian Harloff or the Vetted YouTube channel. So yeah, shameless plug out of the way. Let's get into some UFO videos. So the first one that we've got comes from Reddit, in which someone posted, "What did I see here?" and in square brackets, "not Starlink. What did I see here?" This was recorded at 11 p.m. on the 9th of July 2024 in Hamburg, Germany. "We saw this thing moving across the sky to the north of us. Moving eastwards, it was slowly pulsating and emitting this expanding light circle around it until fading away and becoming invisible, and then reappearing again, doing the same thing all over. Unfortunately, we only managed to film it for one last pulse. But I think you can kind of see it clearly enough, and we previously saw it move across the whole sky. Does someone know what this is? Has anybody ever seen something similar? Thank you. P.S. I know it's been a while since filming this. I only just got around to uploading this, but it just doesn't let me go. What could this have been?" So this was, like I said, what came from Hamburg, Germany. So this is the video that is in question. I've already seen it. I can't get my head around it, but let's take a look together.
Aber halt so regelmäßig.
Hä, wo ist er da? Nee, hä?
Er ist da, aber ist abgewendet.
There it is there. You can see it.
Da,
It's very hard to see, but it's just there.
Hier? Oh, beziehungsweise.
Jetzt. Da sieht man es gut jetzt. Wohl?
Das ist ja ultra
Vielleicht ist ein
weird.
Wetterballon oder so?
And then,
Ein weirder Wetterballon.
what's this?
Wow, guck, da ist so ein genauer Kreis drin.
Ja. Hä?
Ist das wahr?
Ja. Weird.
Das ist so skurril.
Kannst du es mal googeln?
Wie soll man danach googeln? UFO-Sichtung Hamburg.
Ja, halt wirklich. Oh, it's komplett aus den Augen.
And it's completely disappeared. But obviously, the footage is difficult to make out because it's grainy, because it's clearly recorded on a phone which is in like low light, so it's on the low light setting, so it's trying to use its exposure tool to try and increase the picture and the brightness to try and help you see. It does make it very difficult to see. It looks like there's two little dots to begin with, but then you see the craft actually kind of move in on the bottom. Let's watch it over again.
Aber halt so regelmäßig.
Hä, wo ist er da? Nee, hä?
Er ist da, aber ist abgewendet von uns.
Da,
Da, der Punkt, der jetzt da leuchtet.
hier? Oh, beziehungsweise.
Here it is.
Da sieht man es gut jetzt.
So what I find really interesting is obviously literally seconds before it's not even there, but then seconds later the light builds up in intensity and it becomes so piercing that it's all you can see. It just appears. And then it kind of splits into two lights.
Was ist das für ein weirder Wetterballon?
And then
Guck, da ist so ein genauer Kreis.
Ja.
And then weirdly, it's got like this like bubble effect. I don't know how else to describe it, but it looks like there's like a little force field. It's the best way to describe it. Like it kind of goes like two curved lights as opposed to two solid like dot lights. Like it's not like a spotlight anymore, you know?
Weird.
Das ist so skurril.
Kannst du es mal googeln?
Wie soll man
And then
googeln?
gone.
UFO-Sichtung Hamburg.
Ja, halt wirklich.
As soon as it appears, it disappears.
Ah, ist komplett aus den Augen.
Crazy, right? Now, obviously, there's a few things here that's hard to say whether this is truly a UAP. I don't think it's Starlink, and I don't think it's satellites. But obviously, there's no movement. Movement really helps when I'm trying to identify whether something's like off-world or off-world, right? And like movement, obviously, like I say, it can either be moving incredibly quick, and you can tell if it moves quicker than anything that's human. It might suddenly change direction. It might suddenly stop. It might suddenly accelerate at an extreme rate. It might change direction at an extreme rate. You know, there's a lot of different factors. The only kind of clear visibility that we've got is just seeing the light. Is this something extraterrestrial though? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the next one. So the next sighting is just titled 1111 Sighting in Florida. Hi everyone. I'm hoping this might be the place to get some help identifying what my sister got on video last night. At first, because we live in the area that has shuttle launches, we thought because of how bright the object were, it might have been something like that. You can quickly tell it's not a shuttle launch because of the way that the lights are disappearing and reappearing. The lack of trajectory arch. I asked my SO, who is a pilot, as well as an engineer at one of the top 2 defense contractors, and he said that they weren't aeroplanes or drones. He actually pointed out an aeroplane that goes by in the video. The fact that they have tails is the part that we find the most curious, and help is greatly appreciated. And this is the video that followed.
Good boy, Nat.
There it is.
There it is again.
Right. Obviously, ignore that little lens flare. You could tell that was either a bug or like a lens flare. I think this is what we need to be keeping an eye out for.
Drone, maybe?
There's like, we're looking at UFOs over there, flying around and disappearing in the middle of the sky.
See that orange thing?
Watch this. It
There
will
was-
dance around and then it'll disappear.
There is 2 of them. I think it's gonna be a
No,
drone.
stop.
A drone?
Yeah, there's drones out.
I think what it is Disney over that way? Yeah, but it's like a flare. It's like a tail.
I know.
It's not a drone.
There's the other one. Oh, that one went out and the other one came in.
Can you zoom way in?
That's his... Oh, there it
Zoom
is.
way in.
Look. They're both there now.
Whoa.
That's definitely not a drone. It has a tail of light. Something buzzed. Look at that one down. Now it's zipping down.
Are you sure it's not like a meteor or something?
What the
It's
frick
like
is
zigzagging
that?
down.
I want to go check it out.
Go drive down, see if you can see past that.
Right. Now time for my analysis, right? Now I'm not saying my answer is the be all and end all of these UFO clips, but I've seen a lot of UFO clips in my time, and I know a good UFO clip when I see one, right? So let's go back to the very beginning.
Good boy, Nat.
There it is.
There it is again.
Right, so there it is. They can clearly see it with their naked eye.
Drone, maybe?
There's like, we're looking at UFOs
Now, I'm convinced this is not a drone. As the video goes on, I'll explain why.
over there, flying around and disappearing in the middle of the sky.
See that orange thing?
Watch this. It
There
will
was-
dance around and then it'll disappear.
Right, so with the size of this, and with how far, the projection seems to be going, I don't know of any lights that can be that powerful and light up a sky that much with that kind of bright, piercing orange colour. in any drone. Like a light that big would be enough to drain the battery of any drone running. It's definitely not an aeroplane either, and I'll tell you for why it's an aeroplane. You don't see it's not an aeroplane. You do see an aeroplane flying past at one point, which I'll point out when it comes.
There's two of them. I think it's gonna be.
But there's some very clear telltale signs.
A drone.
Yeah, there's drones out.
I think what it is Disney over that way? Yeah, but it's like a flare. It's like a tail.
I know.
It's not a drone.
There's the other one. Oh, that one went out and the other one came in.
Right, this one's really clear, right? You can kind of see a tail following behind it,
Oh, there it is.
and it just reappears in a different
They're both
spot.
there now.
But look, they go from like stood still to suddenly moving to stopping to moving in another direction to stopping to going down and like doing this. Like one even does like this S shape, like down the screen, right? Planes obviously don't do that. Drones are capable of doing that, but it'll be a lot more rigid. You know, it wouldn't be as fluid as like this shape. Drones, I've flown drones before. They're very rigid things, right? They like bang, 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 bang. Does that make sense? Whereas this, very fluid, very simple. It leaves a streak behind it. It could be a long exposure streak, but it seems as if the guy doesn't seem to be the one recording. It seems to be the girl, and the guy seems to be seeing it with his naked eyes. So obviously, long exposure doesn't happen to your eyes. It happens with cameras. So that's what's giving the game away for me. And you can see,
That's definitely not a drone.
look, you can see that tail. And then it does like, it's doing this like S. Do you see it changing shape and colour and, not colour, sorry, the size?
Down.
There's the plane.
Now it's zipping down.
Yeah, that, look at how controlled that is. It's not a zigzag.
Dragging down.
I want to go check it out.
Go drive down, see if we can see past that.
So I definitely think that this could be a genuine UFO caught on camera, right? Because it's baffling, to say the very least. Someone has speculated that it could be skydivers. I don't think it's skydivers, because the way that they stop and then suddenly plummet again, that's not skydivers, surely. Thanks for posting. You should check the area to see if it was skydiving. A lot of people do think that it's skydiving or fireworks. I'm not convinced. I really... Oh, hang on. Someone said there was no advertised event. I made it up. It sounds like something the government would say. Perhaps it should... Veterans Day fireworks. Sorry. Right. Yeah, so people are saying that it looks like it could be fireworks. Some people are saying it looks like it could be skydivers. I'm not convinced because of the way that these things move. They can stop. Like, skydivers don't just plummet and stop and then suddenly plummet and then stop. You know, but... What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the third clip. And it says, what did I just see? Wichita, KS 11th of the 11th, 2024. So this was actually, interestingly, the same day. And what's really interesting about this is it's got a very similar hue to it. And you'll see what I mean. So it says, I saw this pulling into my neighborhood tonight and it wasn't moving at all for a good 5 minutes. Just sat in an intersection, scared, had no idea what I was looking at. So interestingly, recorded on the same day as the one in Florida. Obviously, this is a completely different place, being Wichita, and it's got a very distinctively similar color. This is the full clip. Okay. Again, is it a UFO? Is it a drone? It's really hard to say. The light is, well, it's dark out. You can tell because the street lights are on. You can also tell because the sky is black. Funnily enough, that's a giveaway for if it's nighttime or not. But it does give off this orangey light, which is very similar to the ones in Florida. It was recorded on the same day, like I've said. But this one does seem to change colour. It gives off this like flash, but I don't know if that's just the camera trying to pick up the colours and it's breaking it down into the UV index. But I don't know. I mean, it begs the question. It's hard to say. There's obviously no movement to go off of. there's a high possibility that this could just be a drone. I mean, I'm going to remove the context of the one in Florida and assume that they're not related. So if I take that out of the equation, there's nothing else to really go off of. I can only assume that this is some kind of drone. Anyway, we're going to move on to the last clip. Now, this one is really, really interesting. It comes out of Florida once again, but it was recorded over the ocean on the 31st of August. Not of this year, not of last year, but of 1994. Now, obviously, you can hear in the clip the concern that the person's got regarding this, but just watch the footage. Now again, it's an interesting video clip to take a look at for sure. Because in the full clip, I have seen the full clip, I can't remember where I found it. I think it was over on Instagram on a page. The people on the boat seem very concerned, this fishing boat seemed very concerned that they even go as far as to label them UFOs, follow and surround the ship at certain points. But interestingly, another video pops up on this side of the screen, which was recorded earlier this year from the same location, right, over the sea, and it's like this fleet of alleged UFOs once again. Now, it's been speculated that these could be training flares from the military. Makes sense, they are quite bright, but they would have burnt out by now. There's no smoke, stream that follows them, unfortunately, which, you know, does kind of tell me that they might not be military flares, but it's really, really difficult to say for certain what these are. It doesn't seem to move. I don't think they're rooted to the ground like oil rigs. Also, if they were oil rigs, then why would fishermen be concerned and asking what the hell they are? It begs the question, doesn't it? Are they UFOs or are they even USOs? Let me know what you guys think about these clips down in the comments below. As for me, I think some of them defy the simple laws of, you know, our reality. But maybe you've got different thoughts and opinions. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.